Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. I got a good friend here, We the Pinko, good old Mike, joining me. We're talking about WWE's 2016 TLC pay-per-view. Just got done watching the main event here tonight, and it was a good night of wrestling. Mike, were you excited with TLC?
I was all fired up for TLC. I actually was pretty excited, even though I didn't know that there was a show until a couple of days ago.
We'll just kick this right off going into the main event. I did predict that we were going to see none other than The Undertaker. He was nowhere to be seen. I thought that, honestly, the main event, which went for about 30 minutes, honestly was a really, really good match. It will always be remembered as the night that AJ Styles bared it all, ripping his pants. I like how they went right into the TLC atmosphere of the match. Dean Ambrose taking it to AJ Styles. Dean Ambrose and AJ sort of fighting up the ramp, sort of using the set, I guess you can say, that they build up on the ramp. Them trying to do a table and ladder spot right off the bat. This was a really, really fun athletic match, didn't you think, Mike?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of crazy moves. I know that the one that we both marked out for was that chair spot where AJ Styles flipped over out of nowhere and landed on the chairs. So a lot of crazy stuff in this match for sure.
I was trying to figure out what to call that match. It looked like he was going to give him like a suplex, but then when he picked him up, he just sort of like fucking threw him and AJ flipped. It seemed like AJ did most of the work for that move, but it was really, really good. There was another really cool spot of AJ basically flipping himself off of the ring and on his way down to basically catching Ambrose and hitting him with a DDT on the outside. Really, really fun. I think it all comes down to the end of the match when James Ellsworth just sort of walks down. He looked like he was trying to buy some time for Dean Ambrose as Ambrose was selling something on the outside. Ellsworth looked like he walked up to AJ Styles and basically tried to shake his hand and try to like bury the hatchet. Is that pretty much the way you saw it when Ellsworth came down?
I mean, I honestly forgot about the guy until he came down, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a possibility that he's probably gonna come out and do something, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I figured that he would help Dean Ambrose, try to win the title, but then I was like, are they really gonna have Dean Ambrose win the title? So yeah, that's
it came really, really close. Basically, AJ went to beat up Ellsworth, even though that Ambrose made the save. Basically, AJ was knocked down. AJ was down on the ground. Then we had Ambrose basically get a straight shot to run up the ladder to get up to the top. He was all alone. He was the only one in the screen. And as he tried to grab the WWE Championship, Ellsworth tips over the ladder. I was predicting in a prediction video that I thought that Ellsworth would tip the ladder over on Dean Ambrose on accident, but this blatantly was on purpose, wasn't it, Mike?
Yeah, a full-out heel turn for James Ellsworth going into his match on Tuesday in SmackDown Live.
I'm really surprised by this. It's almost like the fact that because Ellsworth has beat AJ Styles, he wants to skip over Dean Ambrose and sort of go straight to his own championship shot, thinking that basically without Ambrose being in his corner, he's going to be able to beat AJ Styles and become WWE champion on his own. It's almost like he's taking too big of a bite out of the cookie, and he thinks he's going to be able to get it all done on his own. But if you go back to those victories on SmackDown, Ellsworth was helped by AJ Styles. No, I'm sorry. Ellsworth was helped by Dean Ambrose to beat AJ Styles in each of those matches by either him being the special guest referee, being the special guest timekeeper. One way or another, Ellsworth always got that help from Ambrose. Now on his own, he's just going to be that job guy. No! I think that he's going to fall down on his own, and this would probably be the end of Ellsworth in my mind.
Yeah, I could see Dean Ambrose coming out and say, hey, buddy, what do you think you're doing? You ain't getting no match. And just attacking James Ellsworth, and maybe we'll have an extensive Dean Ambrose versus James Ellsworth feud. Are you all fired up for that? I can't wait.
No, leading up to the good old Royal Rumble. So that is your main event. AJ Styles still your champion. No Undertaker. Yeah, maybe they have some sort of a big match. That is the one thing people were holding on to, is Undertaker versus AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. It still could happen. You never know. But tonight would have been the night if I was bringing the Undertaker back. It would have happened in my mind. We'll run through the rest of the match real fast, or the rest of the card real fast. We got Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton defeating Heath Slater and Rhino to become the new tag team champions. Do you think this helps the tag team title hunt at all?
I think so. I mean, it gives it some change. I mean, look at who the tag titles were before. Now you got Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and I think a little tension is going between Randy Orton and Luke Harper. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
All right, and then from there, we'll roll that over into going right into Nikki Bella beating Carmella. I think that honestly, the thing that most people are going to take out of this is the fact that as Nikki Bella was walking up the ramp, Carmella marked out that it was Nikki who got attacked by none other than Natalya at Survivor Series. I guess this is going to lead into Nikki Bella versus Natalya in a big feud.
I can see that. I mean, I think that Natalya needs her her dominance. So she wants to go for that title, and she's got to go through Nikki Bella. So
I don't know. I was really surprised that they didn't have Carmella get the win here. I know that we're skipping on, but in your women's championship match, you have a new women's champion, that being Alexa Bliss. So it doesn't make much sense to build up a babyface. Or I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense to build up a heel at this time for the fact that you have a heel champion. But Carmella getting a win over Nikki Bella would have honestly really helped her in my mind. It would have made her more of a credible force, building herself up coming out of NXT in my mind. There we skip to a match of the night, being The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match. The Miz keeps his championship, and he basically, right after the match, not guaranteed, but what is the word? I'm not feeling that great today, Pinko. I'm under the weather. This nose drip is killing me here. But,
don't worry.
But basically, after the win, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, basically, he dedicated the win to Daniel Bryan, and he wanted to give Dolph Ziggler a participation award, basically saying that everyone in Texas is a loser and that he was a winner, and nobody else can really keep up with him. I know that we are skipping out of the match, and we were going to do the end of the show when they did Smack Talk. Or talking smack. Basically, Miz and Bryan, seems like this is a real thing, right?
Oh yeah, they're going at it. They're biting heads. It's pretty crazy. The fact that 6 years this feud has really been going on. If you think about it, it's crazy. I mean, I feel like this has to. I know we're going back to the whole Daniel Bryan thing, but I feel like this has to lead to something. Even if Daniel Bryan maybe at WrestleMania brings in a wrestler A to face The Miz and destroy The Miz or something like that, I feel like something's coming with this, Daniel Bryan versus Miz thing.
Oh, big time. What did you think about the ladder match between Ziggler and Miz, besides for it being match of the night?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, there's like, it's another Miz versus Ziggler match, and I feel like they can have as many matches as they can, and they're still gonna add something new in each match, and they were doing things outside of the ring where they didn't just like start right from the bat inside the ring, getting the ladder. They kind of threw ladders at each other outside the ring, and they really put that ladder into play. Not just in the ring. So I thought it was a fun match for sure.
I mean, I've never seen a ladder match end with a kick to the nuts before, honestly. But they made it. They did let you have a good feel that Ziggler was going to win the match when they did the ladder by ladder spot. They fought all the way up to the top. I think that Ziggler hit Miz with a headbutt. Miz fell off the ladder, but then he regained himself, climbing back up, and then basically overpowering Ziggler with the kick to the nuts. And basically, as Ziggler fell off, Miz was able to grab the belt, and it's all over from there.
No Maurice interference. I expected Maurice to I expected Ziggler to go up the ladder and try to get the title, and all of a sudden Maurice is at the bottom of the ladder. She's trying to push Ziggler down, but we didn't see that. I was surprised.
Good old Money in the Bank 2010, one of my favorite pay-per-view shows there is. One of my favorite spots from any Money in the Bank match is Maurice actually climbing the ladder, trying to grab the briefcase for her then boyfriend, Ted DiBiase. I was really surprised. You were really impressed by Baron Corbin defeating Kalisto in a chairs match. This match honestly went a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be Baron Corbin beating up a little guy, maybe going back to his roots in NXT when he would win his matches in short periods of time. But this match went for about 12 minutes, Pinko. You were really impressed. What did you think about this one?
All right, well, let me just start off by saying the fact that I thought this was the most hilarious thing of all time, and I'll never forget this. Okay, so you got little Kalisto running to the ring. He does the little springboard action into the ring, and then he legitimately, the moment he's in the ring, he leaves the ring, and he goes under the ring, looking for chairs. He's legitimately looking for chairs for 30 seconds too long before he realizes that there's like 16 chairs set up right behind him. And he looks at them, he folds them all up and throws them in the ring. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. He was like looking for chairs. There was no chairs under the ring. So what happens? Oh wait, they're right there behind me. So I thought that was pretty funny. But other than that, like, I don't know. It was a lot better than I expected. It could have been a squash match, and we didn't get that. We got an actual match, and that was probably one of the best like chairs matches I've ever seen.
All right. From there we go to the last match we're going to talk about: Alexa Bliss defeating Becky Lynch in the Women's Championship tables match. I honestly was really impressed with this match. I was really surprised that they put the belt on Alexa Bliss, ending Becky Lynch's reign so fast. You thought that this was a great match. You thought that Alexa had a great chance to win. What did you think about this one?
Oh man, I'm glad we're ending the video with the main event, which is what should have been in the main event. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, like literally, as soon as I saw this match, like I really haven't watched SmackDown in probably a couple months, but I'm still rooting for Alexa Bliss, the best in the world, to beat Becky Lynch, and I thought this was the time, and it happened, and I was excited. It was awesome. And I didn't even get a chance to like find the picture to tweet out afterward because I was so excited. So I don't know. It's just great that they're changing that belt into Becky Lynch. Not Becky Lynch. I'm tired as well. Freaking Alexa Bliss. Becky Lynch. She came up short tonight, and Alexa Bliss took advantage of that. And I wasn't sure how Alexa Bliss was going to get Becky Lynch through a table, and we saw it. And it happened, and now your champion for the women's division on SmackDown Live is Alexa Bliss, a.k.a. the best in the world.
All right, we're going to end it up on this one. Honestly, most people would not upload a video like this. We screwed up about 1,000 times. If you got any more time on your Sunday night, make sure you check out my Raw 5-point preview that I made before this video, and it's a lot better than this one. So if you can sit through that one, I'll check it out, and I'll see you guys down the road.